Four.
Welcome to another Friday night full of racing here. We're at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca, with the Midwest Days of Thunder Cup Series. A little bit different layout tonight, doing a crazy looking road course that rarely sees anything resembling a stock car on it. But we're going to make it happen tonight, and we're going to be here for 50 laps. And this is what, a two and a quarter mile track. Not a whole lot of runoff on this thing either. It's going to be it's going to be interesting to say the least. But just to introduce myself, I'm Alan English, and up here in the booth with me is Francisco Villarreal. How you doing, Francisco?
Doing pretty good. Getting ready for this interesting race. Me myself, I'm an oval guy, but always gotta love the challenges that are introduced through a road course. So it should be very fun, very interesting.
Down there on pit road, as usual, our good buddy Adam Turner. You looking forward to this one, Adam?
Yes, I mean, they're turning right, so that's not my deal. But it's this deal tonight. They're gonna have to figure it out. I think it's gonna be fun to watch. We got 0 fast repairs, 80% fuel. This is 50 laps, and we're doing stage racing. So I think we're gonna have the first stage will be 13 laps. The second stage will be at the 43rd lap, and then we'll have a shootout from there. So
that's gonna be.
I think it's gonna be fun, man.
That's gonna be an interesting deal, having the end of the stage so close to the end of the race that, like you said, you and Francisco hit the nail on the head talking about it's gonna be a shootout. It's gonna be fun for sure. Also joining us tonight, Brandon Hughes. How you doing, Brandon? I think he might still be out in his garage.
Well, he's with us in spirit, at least. I mean,
yeah. Always good to have Brandon in the booth with us, helping us move some folks around in Discord and whatever the job requires. And
he's gonna do all the dirty work, all the hard stuff. Well, actually, Francisco's doing the hard stuff. Yeah. You and I, we're just talking, just a couple idiots.
Brandon, you got us now?
Yeah, I got you.
Ah, cool.
I was trying to get some stuff figured out with my headset.
Sorry, didn't mean to catch you off guard there, but you looking forward to this one? This is a different kind of track, especially for stock cars.
Well, I can tell you after running it last night in the ARCA cars, this is gonna be pretty interesting to watch. As long as these guys, have their seat time at this track, I think it'll be an interesting race. We'll definitely tell who got some practice in and who didn't.
And that's really going to separate the men from the boys, so to speak, as the guys that put in practice and who didn't. How did you do at the ARCA race? I didn't get to watch it, so I didn't see how you finished.
We finished in a solid top 20 spot with P8.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it was
Better than I would have done.
22 cars, or was it more?
I believe there's 20.
Okay, good. That's English and I would do, so you were in the club with us.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was rough. I had a problem. I didn't get much practice, to be honest, and I struggled keeping my car on track. We didn't really spin out or anything. It was just we were doing a lot of dirt racing.
Well, dirt racing here is probably not advised, but we'll probably see some of it tonight, to be honest with you.
Oh, I'm really interested in seeing what happens, and I believe it's turn 7 and 8, that corkscrew that has that downward hill drop. I'm waiting to see how they take that lap one. I bet you there's a few guys that shoot up over that.
Yeah, that thing is crazy. The whole track, to me, with the elevation changes, is strange, especially in a stock car. I don't think this was meant for stock cars, but here we are in a stock car, all over the wine country of California, just driving all over it.
Well, it looks like the resolution over on the Twitch page is kind of messed up, but we'll have a look at that and see if there's anything we can do to improve that. It might just be my machine, so you guys tell me if I'm off base there, but it looked like it was a little bit messed up. And
My screen seems to be going pretty smoothly.
okay, it's my
um,
machine then.
I know there was a little issue with the overlay, so I apologize about that, but we got that figured out already. But I believe actually this was actually qualifying. They're getting ready to grid up already.
Yep, they had instead of a separate practice qualifying and race sessions, they decided to combine the practice and qualifying session into one big open qualifier. So give some guys some extra seat time.
It was probably smart, and we're going to have the potential. We're going to be able to at some point in this race pull up people, and we're going to have some surprises. I think during the race, as Francisco will show us later. But really cool. We're testing out some new equipment and new stuff. So some of it may be a little quirky at times, but I think we're gonna have fun with it.
We need to check your mic gain too. It's topping out again. It sounds like, but we'll get that figured out. Let's run down your field here. We got 20 cars on the field tonight, and starting on the pole is the 42 of Angel Hernandez. One of those guys that really knows what he's doing around a left and right turn track, as you like to call it, Adam, in these road courses. Setting a pretty great time of 1:29.074, a full 0.8 of a second faster than Ethan Flanagan in the 35 car. He'll be starting in second place. Eric Fiorello, no stranger to the road course out there for the 25. He'll be starting in third. Joe Neidick in the 24, pretty much good whatever kind of track he's running on. Pretty consistent driver in that number 24 Busch Latte machine. He'll be starting right there in fourth place. Matt Forn's in the 10 Rainier Beer machine starting in fifth. 27 Red Stick Mike Simone starting in sixth place. The boss man Taver Mowry in the 5 starting in seventh position. Andrew Cobe in the 11. He'll be starting in eighth place. Justin Barkley, Mr. Mac and Cheese himself in the 9 car, starting in ninth. And rounding out your top 10, the Angry Idiot, Alan Kewins in the 60 machine.
I hope this works out a little better. The number 6, Anthony Fry, Viagra machine, he's 11th place. 73, Justin Malarkey in 12th. 31st place, number 31, Alan Dixon in 13th. An angry man, Derek Schimmel. He's angry. He's Super Serial Racing in 14th. Number 70, Stephen McComas in 15th. 29 of Matthew Gusty in 16th. 21, Mr. May, Michael Bempere in 17th. 89, Gary Sack from Michigan's own, Gary Sack in 18th. It looks like Aaron C. Lee in 19th position, and maybe quarter way field and rounded out in 20th place.
So the pace car coming down. This is a short start here. A short parade lap, I should say. And here they come. They're coming around the final turn there, and we got a green flag. So here we go. It looked like it took Ethan Flanagan by surprise there. Maybe that was planned, but Angel Hernandez out to a pretty hefty lead so far.
If you look further back, there was a few guys that kind of already went off track before the green flag.
Yeah. The 10 is in the wall. What happened? He snapped around so fast. I didn't see what happened there.
It didn't take long.
Damage. No fast repairs here.
Let's go ahead.
Are there, Adam? I mean, golly.
He's missing a hood.
You don't need that here. Hopefully it didn't do any damage to the front that's going to cause some cooling issues.
It looked like he just lost it. Yeah, lost it, hit it right in the wall.
Tires, huh? Red Stick Mike Simone went off in the dirt, but he didn't hit anything. Go ahead, Adam.
No, I'm just saying that's too bad. Matt Forns. Hopefully we'll get to talk to him at some point in the race. But so far, he's missing a hood.
That's tough. Well, he got right back out on the track, and he's right there. Looks like he's right at the tail end here. So he's still rolling. He's right behind Matt Gusty in the 29 machine.
Yeah, and rolling is the key. You got to roll to finish this thing. This one here is a marathon.
Oh man, the 70th McComas just hit one of those really tall turtles. and sent the right side of that car way up in the air.
Well, that'll take your oil pan out around here.
I'm telling you. Yeah, he hit it really hard. Keeping it going though. Hey, look, we're bound to see some guys go off track tonight, and one of the good things, but also bad things about Laguna Seca, you got a lot of runoff in some areas, but in others, you don't really have any, error room. Look where they're running right now, coming around some of these S's. It really necks down right at that Firestone walkover bridge. So if you lose it there, the wall is not far away.
Yeah, and that's one thing about road courses in general. It's the consistency. You have to be so consistent at these tracks. Any little error and it could ruin your race for good. Right now we're seeing the 42 Angel just still in the lead with Eric right behind him. You're seeing the drivers that can be consistent at these tracks excel, while the drivers that are kind of new to road course racing or not too experienced in it are struggling, especially at a track like this.
We talked about it. Your pick was Angel Hernandez, and myself and English were like, yeah, he's got a good chance, but Eric Fiorello is also a good road course racer. Look at those two already up front battling it out. We're pretty smart, right?
Yeah, I mean...
lucky. Well, don't count out guys like Ethan Flanagan. That guy does a lot of practicing. It doesn't matter what track they're at. He runs a lot of practice laps. And, Shane Regan or Shane Reagan joining us on YouTube, saying, let's go herd sack racing. Gary's got this. Well, I hope Gary put his practice in. Shane also said that Tabor just told everybody not to Bubba quit. Of course, we know Bubba Wallace quit an iRacing race last year. And I had mentioned to both of you guys, talking to Adam and Francisco, that this is one of the only tracks in a stock car I actually rage quit in another league. Whoa, the 25 really stepped out there but kept it going. But yeah, this is one of the only tracks I ever rage quit at. I just got so frustrated because I couldn't figure it out with a cup car.
Me personally, road course racing, not my friend. The only road course I could say I'm experienced at is Watkins Glen, but you put me on some of these more technical road courses and it's like these cars just get loose. You'll lose them so easily that it takes some really good drivers to get around these tracks. And one of the people that I'm seeing in the top 5, and he actually put a lot of practice in from what I've heard, is actually Taver Mowry, who's currently in 4th.
Yeah, Taylor's done a lot of practice up to this point in the season. This guy is running in consistent top 5s, which we didn't see in the last few seasons with Taylor. I think he's taking this more serious, and he's got a fan base too. He's got to impress those Ohio family members out there.
Well, not only that, he is one of the drivers that we talked to early in the season that says, hey, I'm going to come out, I'm going to be more aggressive this season. So many guys, myself included, when I was racing in Xfinity, I was very, very conservative, just trying to stay out of people's way. On a road course like this, if I didn't get a whole ton of practice in, I would do my best to just get as many cars to just go around me. But Tavor's not taking that approach this year. He's one of those guys that said, I'm going to really step it up. I'm going to stick my nose into some places some days and really try to run some aggressive lines.
As he should.
Brandon, were you aggressive last night? Was that your problem, or were you just trying to figure it out?
Well, due to work schedules and like a bunch of stuff lately, I haven't been on as much, so I was more or less trying to learn the track as well as just not ruin anyone's day. I didn't want to be that guy that just took someone out and, I was a lap car instead of someone battling for a lead, so.
Yeah, well, I've been that guy before. That's never fun.
Eric Fiorello just set the fastest lap of the race at a 1:30.42. Not near what we saw in qualifying from a couple of these guys, but still, that's a pretty good time. If you're going to repeat over and over here for quite a few laps, we've got 12 more to go before a competition caution.
I believe the first competition caution comes at lap 13, so we got about 8-9 laps left. And like I said, the consistency is gonna be key. So if Eric could keep hitting those marks the way he's hitting them, gaining that speed, and you could kind of see it how he's staying right there with the 42, not really letting him go, not really trying to push it to keep up with him, just running smooth as he can. And that's gonna be key.
Well, a lot of the time, all you can do is if you stay in somebody's mirror and stay visible to them, you're gonna make them aware that you're there. Maybe make them make a mistake. I was always one of those guys. I hated being in front of a car. I'd rather be behind them, putting on the pressure.
No, I totally agree with that, and I guarantee you that's what he's doing, and he's learning what what he's doing in front of him. So he's learning Hernandez's driving style at this track, and just trying to figure him out. Not put too much pressure on him. Just stay close and figure out when he can actually put the strike down on him if he has to later on in the race.
We got Kelsey Wiles joining us on YouTube saying, "Woohoo! Brandon Hughes in the booth. We love that 32 car."
Yeah, you got your own fan club.
Fan out there tonight.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, I guess when we're out here 3 nights out of the 4 or 5 a week, I guess people start liking you.
Yeah, well, English and I get that. People follow us around sometimes. We got some people that we like, and they like us. It's good, man. It's all about the racing. It's not about us. It's about what's going on the track. So
I haven't had to put up blackout curtains or anything yet, or hire
no,
security. I mean,
not yet. No,
not to that point yet.
I'm sure that's coming, right?
It has to be around the corner shortly.
I think this thing's taking off like a rocket ship. Kind of like some of these cars out here.
By the way,
we talked about. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
I'm watching this little pack right here, the 27 to about, I believe it's the 73. They're all kind of running close. As we see Justin Barkley almost trying to make a move on 27, entering that little corkscrew. It's interesting to see how hard they're willing to push to try and make a pass this early on. Or if their strategy is going to be, I'll get them on pit road when we need a pit. See if they can make up the spots then, because it's tough making moves out here. You misjudge it, and you're both ending up either in the sand, the gravel, and your day could be ruined just by that one simple mistake.
Well, I hope some of these guys practice the pit entry too, because that pit entry is really crazy. How it weaves around right there, and you got that really, really hard left, 3/4 of a circle. Oh, the 60 just got sent off the track by the 6. Alan Hewins is in the gravel. Tony Fry just might have not have anticipated such a big slowdown. I'm not really sure there.
You think the 60's going to remember that? I would.
Oh,
maybe.
I mean, I know racing is racing, but he kind of turned him a little bit. I don't think there was anything. There's no helmet thrown at this point, but.
Well, Francisco, you know this in Road to Pro and racing as much road course stuff as you've raced. Everybody has different lift points. Hard braking zones are really a bad spot if you're really close to another driver, and you don't know where he's going to lift or enter that heavy braking zone.
that's actually very true. I know from my experience, and this goes for any track, you always got to be mindful in regards to the person in front of you. You got to let off a little bit earlier before you suspect them. Right there, it simply seemed like the 6 was trying to go in a little too deep and didn't expect the 60 to brake when he did, and simply got into the back of him. Unfortunate, but you know, you got to be mindful of the person in front of you, especially at road courses. At road courses, you got to keep mindful of the people around you, front, rear, left, right. On an oval, you know, you could get away with just keeping an eye on the person behind you. But here's the difficulties of this track, and we're seeing how it's affecting some of these drivers.
Well, the battle for the lead is starting to heat up a little bit as Eric Fiorello has all but eliminated Angel Hernandez's lead. He is right on his back bumper. And in some of these turns, he's kind of trying to explore where he might be able to stick that front bumper in here in a couple more laps.
Yeah, and he can explore. I think he's one of the drivers that uses VR, which
Yes,
not
sir.
everybody uses VR, and I know it's kind of like a hot topic debate. If people are better with it, some people are worse with it. It just is what it is. But I think it helps Eric with kind of seeing his surroundings. He's been around this stuff a long time, so
I'm one of
it's
those
working out
guys.
for him.
I'm one of those guys with my foot in that camp. The spatial awareness that it gives you, I wouldn't trade for anything. Yeah, it cuts my graphics down a little bit, but just the awareness you have around the car, I'll never go back to racing on a flat monitor ever. It made that much of a difference for me. You just enjoy the experience more too. So unless you're flipping through the air over and over, like that IndyCar glitch thing where the IndyCar is just spinning like it's in a blender. Yeah, you gotta close your eyes for that. Hold the reset button.
With this lead heating up, what do y'all say we give the people a little bit of a show and show them some of the new features we did by going
Yeah,
with a
man.
side-by-side view?
Do it.
Yeah, there was a lot of work put into these new toys we have at our disposal. And there's the 25 of Eric Fiorello. Arkansas native in his Ford Mustang.
And Stallion from Arkansas.
Look at him checking his mirror. That's
Ooh,
so
you
awesome.
see him get. You see how hard he's braking and nearly losing the back end of it, but able to hold on to it. This gives us a really good view on how hard they're really turning this wheel, either one direction or the other, trying to save this car.
Yeah, it's like a workout, right? I mean, look at him wheel that thing. Ah, that's a great view, Francisco. I mean,
Oh, as you see,
How
he's trying to
awesome
make
is
a
that?
move.
Ooh, side by side with the 42. Oh, and he loses the back end. 42 is going to pull away.
That's the difficult part about this is they try and get back on the gas, and these tires are like, nope, I'm not cooperating. You're gonna have to make it harder. But
It's so neat to see him working the wheel, though. This is a new feature for Midwest Days of Thunder, and you guys have really worked hard on getting everything set up. And oh man, it's a beautiful thing.
yeah, and thanks to the guys that are willing to put their the camera on themselves. As I know that's not always fun, but we got some other
websites
guys.
you gotta pay for that,
Some other guys are. Oh, that's a whole nother issue. I didn't want to go into that. I thought they were talking about racing.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay. Well, there's a whole bunch of other guys here tonight that are doing the same thing, and it's really cool to see kind of their setup, like totally different for Eric. He's in VR. I don't think many of these guys are racing in virtual reality headsets tonight, other than him.
yep, and another thing also pay attention is kind of the wheels that people use. So you see with Eric, I believe that's a Fanatec
Yeah, he's running
direct
Fanatec.
drive wheel, and what I've heard is with the direct drive wheels, you have a better feel for the car. And when it comes to road courses, every little bit matters. Feeling the car, spinning tires, the feel of the turns, knowing when you're burning up, all that plays a matter. Another person that, and one person that I see out here, and I'm gonna go ahead and switch to him real quick. We're gonna go ahead and switch over to Gary right here. You see I'm running, I believe that's a Logitech G29 or 920, I believe y'all said.
920, yeah, I think it's a 920.
Now, the wheel is good. I mean, me personally, I used to run on a Thrustmaster TMX, which I guess you could say is the same level as it, and it serves its purpose. But eventually you get to a point where the feeling really does matter. You get comfortable with the wheel you have and you max it out to the capabilities it's at. And you gotta wonder, do the wheels play a factor? Do the pedals play a factor? And if so, by how much?
Oh, I'm with you because I have a Thrustmaster THX, like you're saying, and I think I just kind of outran the thing. That's why I retired, because I was too good for it and I didn't want to buy a new wheel. And so no, it does. These pieces of equipment, the money these guys spend, the little extras, they definitely can help you win a race, man, or at least run some faster laps. I totally agree with that.
What's the beauty about iRacing is that you can put as much into it or as little as you want. I mean, Dale Earnhardt Jr. used to run with just a little desktop steering wheel and pedals, and Then you've got guys that have motion rigs and all kinds of crazy stuff that costs tons and tons of money.
But even the more beautiful part about it is you're not fielding an actual car with sheet metal on it and a real engine that can blow up and
That's right.
and expensive. It's still cheaper, and it really gives you the experience of driving one of these vehicles, which is really cool. What iRacing has done.
Yeah, but it's just you can't beat building a sheet metal car and going tearing it up.
Hey man, I'd love to be able to do that, Brandon, but
Yeah, it's sitting through. It's awesome. It's fun. You get to smell the fuel, but hey, you know when it's going to cost you, $5,000 every week to get that thing put back together, it starts adding up.
Well, not only that, it's also like me personally, I really don't have an oval track around me, or just a racing track in general. So I don't have the ability to go out there, even if I did, to go actually race. So I use iRacing as a form of reach out to get me the experience like that, which it honestly does. Right now, as we're going, I believe we're on the final lap before the end of the stage. So let's go ahead and go back to our regular broadcast.
Derek Schimmel up 3 spots in the 96 machine.
That's a surprise. He's angry.
Derek running pretty good. Justin Malarkey also up 3. Anthony Fry in the 6 car up 4 spots. Taver Mowry up 3. He's sitting in 4th still. They're starting to come into lap traffic already. The 42 just went around Stephen McComas, and here comes the 25 of Eric Fiorello. McComas kind of
He ducked off.
overshot that turn, but he was trying to stay out of the 25's way is what it looked like.
Yeah, total real gentlemanly.
Gentleman move, man.
Looks like we're gonna have one more lap, but I like the conversation about what you were saying, Francisco. This kind of gives everybody a chance to race. If you don't live somewhere where there's race tracks, or you don't have the money, I don't have the money to race something like this. It includes everybody, and that's the cool thing about iRacing, and it's become huge. Obviously, after COVID, it just blew up, and now, look, we're broadcasting this thing. It looks like NASCAR on Fox right now.
Yeah, another thing I like about it is also the fact that, I mean, yes, if you have better pedals and a wheel, it will help. But at the end of the day, it really comes based on your own skill level. How much time you're willing to put in, how much you're willing to learn. Because I know guys with a Logitech G920 that could beat guys with Fanatec and one of the top stuff, simply because they can save tires and they can run a lot faster, quicker, and more consistently. So I like iRacing for the simple fact is it's not really pay to win. It's more, what do you got?
You can't buy skill. You can hone it and get better and better, and then as you, like Adam started to say, as soon as you start to outperform your equipment, there's other options for you. As the 42 and the 25 go around the 89 of Gary Sack. Gary Sack going a lap down. That colorful red, white, and blue number 89.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is the end of the stage, and a caution should be coming out soon, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it's coming at 15. Maybe.
15. They could have changed it on us. It's
That's
typical.
isn't it?
Yes, it's about right. But these guys are still battling it out, Eric and Angel. Angel's coming up on some more lap traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, you got Mike Pimpare in that beautiful American flag number 21 machine, holding his own. Hey, if you're in danger of going a lap down, you do not have to let the lead lap cars go by. You can fight to stay on the lead lap. And the 21 of Pimpare so far, holding his ground in front of the 42, allowing the 25 to close his gap on the 42.
Yeah, 25 got a little loose into the turtles there. I slowed him down. It's not going to be a big deal. He'll be all right. And Ethan Flanagan's just kind of hanging back. I think he's in a good spot right now.
He's in cruise mode, man, for sure.
That's one thing with these cars is you want to push it to keep up with the dude in front. But you got to realize how far can you push this car in your comfort zone. If you get out of your comfort zone, you are so likely to lose it and end up in a wall. So you got to stay within that comfort zone. Now, towards the end of the race, we're going to see a lot of drivers really pushing it outside their comfort zone, especially with only a 7-lap run, I believe. to finish this race off. So it's important to see who's pushing and who's playing it safe.
Yeah,
Well,
I agree with you there. I think the money run is going to be this next stage. I mean, it's a long stage, man. So this is where you're going to separate the men from the boys, as you say, here in this next stage. It's a longer stage.
See, here's the question I'm thinking of is, can they make that hole and the yellow flag's out here? This will be our stage here. My question is this: can these guys make a whole run, between lap, whenever we restart, probably lap 17 or 18, all the way to lap 43 without having to take a stop in between? I think we might have to see some green flag pit stop.
I want to say, I want to agree with you on that because I don't think they can make it about 25, 26 laps, give or take. And I don't think so. It could be interesting to see.
Well, why don't we, after this pit stop that they're all going to take, all got to take one. We'll grab one of these guys. Maybe, let's see, who could we grab that would give us some good insight that we could watch on the screen too with our new technology. Grab one of these guys and talk to them and see what they have to say. What are you thinking, Francisco?
I think we should bring up, how about the number 5 that's sitting there in 4th, Taver Maury?
Let me go talk to him. Let me go see if he's ready to go.
Let's wait till, I think, probably after his pit stop, maybe, and then we can grab him.
Yeah.
Perfect.
I think that'd be a good idea. But
So from what I'm collecting right now is, because I'm over here on the crew chief mode for someone, it's showing 6.7 gallons of fuel remaining with 11.9 laps.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
If the tank, and it says the most you can add to the tank is 15. So if it's 15, yeah, they might get about 25, 30 laps.
Ooh. That might...
That's gonna be close.
That's going to be real interesting. You might see some people on fumes trying to stretch it out. Well, no,
Well,
I
we
think
know-
they're going to have to pit because, yes, the caution comes out, but they're going to have to make it a full lap around to get back to pit road.
yeah, we're gonna have to line these guys up. I didn't realize that Tabor was so far back. We probably could have pulled him up. He's just now getting into that corkscrew that goes downhill. So I don't know. It's interesting. They're gonna have to stack back up and see how this all works out.
See if we can pull Thorns up too. I'd like to know what happened there. And I'm sure it was a cold tire situation, but I'd like to hear it from him.
Well, the
Yeah.
10's coming across the checkered flag now, so you want me to grab him quick?
Yeah, you pull it.
Let's see if we can grab Matt Forns right now and show his ugly mug as well. Should be in.
Should be a north-south.
North-south. Yep, let me go talk.
Yeah, it's cool features. We're trying to sort all the new stuff out.
How about that wide earth mustache too? He's kind of got it blocked by the steering wheel, but trust me, it's there. Maybe we can talk to him once he comes up. Say, hey man, tilt your head a little bit,
Oh,
Alright, I got Matt in here.
Hey Matt Forrest, this guy's up at the booth. How you doing, man?
Pretty good, fellas. How y'all doing?
Pretty good. We saw you had a little trouble right there on lap 1, a little bit of cold tire situation.
Yeah, I think so. I just freaking gave it a little bit too much gas and just looped it around like an idiot.
Well, one concern that we really did have was that, the placement of your camera prevents us from seeing that wide earth mustache, man. Tilt your head to the right just a little bit so the viewers can see, because
There we
that thing
go.
is glorious.
Somebody at work told me it needed its own holster.
well, he needs some wax for that thing. But regardless of that,
Oh, man.
what do you think about this track, and how are you going to catch up to Angel Hernandez and Eric Fiorello? Man, they're kind of ripping away.
I'm not catching those guys. I'm just trying to keep it on track right now. Had a few good laps and then just couldn't keep it out of dirt. So that's what I'm working on.
Well, man, just do whatever you can to survive out there and good luck to you the rest of the race.
All right, guys, y'all have a good one.
You too.
Hey, you too.
I think we got time for one more driver. What do you say we bring up the
Yeah.
number 5, Taver Mouse?
Do it.
Do it.
All right, let's see if we can get old Taver up here. I think Brandon's working all that.
How about an awesome feature, man? This is great to be able to see these guys and talk to them. This is something we've been needing for a while. Glad they got it worked out now. These guys put in a lot of hard work to make this happen.
Oh, there he is. Is Taver, you got us?
Yeah, man, I got you.
All right, you're running up top 5. Really good run. What do you think about this track, and what's going on with those 2 guys out front, man? They're kind of running away from y'all.
So if I had to be completely honest with you, this track is interesting. I feel like I'm putting. Like, if by putting, I mean I feel like I'm going super slow, but like, it's a really slow track. I feel like, and it's very different than what I've ever driven before, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Coming down pit road was an interesting thing because that was the first time I've ever came down pit road before here, and having that little hairpin right there was an unpleasant surprise.
We kind of called that here a couple laps ago when I said I hope some of these guys know how to get into the pits, because it's kind of weird how it does that really hard left turn and it seems like it never ends. But how about this technology you guys have been working on, you and Francisco and the other guys? It's given us a whole new perspective. We're getting to see you guys actually doing some inputs on the wheel and getting to see some angles that we never have gotten to see before. It's really, really impressive.
Yeah, man, I'm really excited about this new stuff that we have. I've been working behind the scenes to do even custom overlays that we're going to have implemented over the course of the season. I'm the type of guy that, like, if something's not perfect, I don't want it displayed. So those unfortunately weren't used tonight, but I'm looking forward to that. There's a lot of great guys over here. It's not just me. So hats off to everyone that goes through the broadcasting stuff. I'm really glad you guys like it, and I can't wait to watch the broadcast after this race.
Well, good luck, man. Be careful through that corkscrew and go out there and get them top 3.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it. You guys have a good one.
You too. All right, guys.
Man, that worked out pretty good. Francisco and Brandon, y'all did a great job on that. Looked awesome.
Got him up there quick. Got him.
Oh,
out.
I just heard that I think they're delaying it for another lap.
Yes, sir.
But we could have more time, wouldn't we? I think the back end of the field has not caught the front end of the field here, and I mean, for many reasons, it's a gigantic left turn, right turn. There's 11 total turns here, so that's all right. We're gonna do another lap here.
We
In
could
racing.
Slow down.
we could bring up one more driver for another interview.
Oh,
Manny
let's
G
do it.
is-
How about we?
missed the corkscrew?
Nice.
How about we
What about
bring in?
Nina Barkley? Y'all want to talk to Barkley or?
I don't care who you talk to. Let's bring him up.
All
What do
right,
you think of Francisco?
let's go ahead and do it.
Quickly. All right, let me find him.
Yeah.
While we wait for him to bring him up, shout out to all the viewers watching. We appreciate you tuning in, enjoying the show. If there is any issues with volume of that, please let us know. We'll get it fixed out if there is. But we hope you enjoy all the racing as we have Justin Barkley being introduced.
All right, I got Justin up in the booth with us.
What's going on,
Hey,
guys?
hey, Justin. Man, it's good to see you running out there. We're actually getting to see you, because they got this cool new gadget where we can see you on camera, and you got the fancy thing where you've got the logo behind you. And that's just badass, man. But talk about this track. How challenging is this in a damn stock car?
It's difficult, and old Gary over here running me over.
Oh, so we got to fight with Gary. We'll put it up next time. How was this version of the fight?
Yeah, this, I've been practicing all week, and I was like, well, I think I have it down pretty good. Then I get out here, it's nothing even like I've been practicing all week. So I'm just hoping to make it through this race and not wreck. At
Well-
least hopefully with the top 10.
You could be like Hewins and just ran off the track under caution. So
I haven't
out
done
there.
it yet.
Go out there and get it, Florida man. We're pulling for you.
All right, man. I'm trying.
All right, have a good one, man.
All right, man.
All right, let me go ahead and go back to our regularly broadcasted view, as I believe they're coming to.
Yeah, they
Ooh.
come around to the green. Eric Fiorello ran off the track in that last turn, but was able to get back to his position. Oh, man. That's just a case of just beating yourself.
Yeah, but he's still sitting P2. He'll be
Yeah,
all right.
there. Angry Indian 89 joining us on the Twitch stream, saying this is sweet. Thanks for joining us, man. It looks like the pixelation cleared up on my screen, so that's good.
I think it was your computer. You're
It
in
is, it
Louisiana. I mean,
Yeah,
you got the
that's-
swamp and them
I've got a new.
cypress trees and all that. You can't.
I've got a Nutriret in a cage wheel actually running my internet, so
That's not
that's probably
surprising.
why some of it, but, Mello Harris joining us saying mustache for the win, pulling for the 10 of Matt Forns in his awesome mustache, and Adam Strom joining us saying happy Friday, fellas. This is really cool with the in-person cameras. Definitely stepping up the game. Thanks always, Adam, for joining us. He's one of those guys that's watched us from the beginning, and we sure appreciate him joining us from Minnesota. Come get your weather, Strom. It's drunk. It's down here in Louisiana. Come get it.
No. Don't complain about your weather. He's sitting at about probably minus 20.
Probably.
We're good down here. I'll take the 30 degrees compared to that.
Well, guys, a lot of single file action out there on the track, as we kind of expect from a road course that's 2.25 miles long. Where are some of the battles you think we're going to see heat up here in the next few laps? Y'all see any close ones out there?
I'm looking at the 11 and the 5 and the 6. They're kind of running kind of close to one another. Potentially make moves, but I really feel like, me personally, if I was a driver in this situation, first thing I'm looking at is my fuel gauge and the amount of laps there is, and try to strategize. If I save fuel, can I make it? Because if you gain all that track position from able to stay out and still make it a pit road, that could be a huge advantage coming to that 7-lap shootout.
So this isn't a really wide track, but it races like a wider track, because we were at Mid-Ohio earlier in the season with another series, and Mid-Ohio just seems like cars were on top of each other the whole race. I mean, it was crazy how intense and close the racing was, but we're not seeing that here, even though this is a big track.
We got the 9, the 29, and the 10 all back here battling it out. They're a little spread out, but they're making some good runs on each other.
I think
Barkley, G and Forms you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, them guys going to have a good battle. It sounds like Gary Sachs going to be in a battle with the number 9 of Barkley at some point.
Matty G just locked him up, and it looks like Forns has got a run on him here, side by side,
With Derek
going down the
Schimmel
front
behind.
stretch. Schimmel's going to take advantage, isn't he?
Yep, Matty G goes off track.
Ooh, boy.
I think Matty G was trying to give him some room, probably being a gentleman there. I wonder what Derek Schimmel's going to do. That guy's kind of angry. He's kind of like a wild card. You never know what you're going to get. I know we could probably see him tonight. I wonder if he's angry, happy, or just, content where he's at this point.
We may be able to see when we get the camera on his face, but I'll say this about Derek Schimmel. Adam, we raced with him in another league, and when that guy started in iRacing, he was the most terrible guy. I mean, he was garbage. But he is the most improved racer I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he's really, really learned so much over the past couple of years. That's why he's so far, head and shoulders above guys like me and you, Adam, because, we've been doing it for almost the same amount of time. But, Derek's one of those guys that's improved so much. And he's won some races here. He's done some great things in the Cup Series, and not just as a driver, but as an owner. You know, he had a kick-ass team there in Angry Idiots. He's since left and started his own team, the Super Serial Racing. So, man, Derek's one of those guys that he's one of those guys I think that's the heartbeat of this league. I mean, he's one of those guys, you know. So
Well, he's passionate and he cares. You can
really
talk to him
does.
and he acts like he don't care, but he does care.
he does.
And he does a good job of putting in the hours of practice and getting everybody lined up to practice. You know,
Yep.
he cares about the whole league itself. And Midwest Days of Thunder, if y'all haven't checked it out, progressive league. It goes from you can start in ARCA trucks and you work your way to Xfinity, and you can get up there with these big boys in Cup. Normally, we have a bigger field. I think a lot of these guys are scared. And I'll say it. I'll start naming names once I
Oh
start.
man,
I think they're scared of the road courses, man. But we normally have quite a bit bigger field.
yeah.
But I understand, man. Stock car guys are used to turning left, and they're not too fond on this right turn stuff.
The crazy thing about it too is I don't understand why people take road courses off. Yeah, I'm terrible at them. I am dog water at road courses, but I had to show up this week to earn points. I'd rather earn points for last place than none at all. You know, that helps going towards a championship run.
If you're going to give me a couple of drop weeks though, and this is one of them, I have an opportunity to burn it at. I'm definitely burning it here.
No,
I just
if you're available, like Brandon said, put it out there. Just because you may ruin your car at Daytona or something. You may need those 15th place points or whatever. Just get to it, and it shows the battle these guys have, the competitive spirit. Might as well, man. I mean, hell, it's what else you got to do? If you don't have nothing to do, you're part of this league. Get out there and run the laps, man, because you will actually learn something about road courses, and you may start to enjoy them. Hell, I don't know.
You just gotta take in the factor. As long as you stay on course, whether you go 20 laps down or 50, there's gonna be guys pushing it hard, and if they wreck their car and they can't go or blow their motor, that's a spot. That's points.
Michael
No,
Pinter off the track.
Brandon, that's how I used to come into these races myself, because I'm terrible at these as well, and I don't care for them, but I would get in here and do it and just try to, get a top 15, 20 just by driving straight, slow. Slow is smooth, smooth is fast, right? That was my mantra in road courses, If I'm slow, I'm still smooth, and somebody's going to mess up in front of me, and I may gain a couple spots.
You're always going to be You're always going to be faster than a car that's not on the track or sitting in the pits getting fixed.
100%.
Now, while we were talking about Derek and talking about how, people should include road courses to, give experience, that's the only way you're going to learn is by actually doing it. I was actually going through some of the cameras and seeing how their cockpits to see how they were actually turning the wheel. Man, they are battling these cars.
Yeah, and it's only going to get
Not
worse
built
as
for it.
it's only going to get worse as the tire wear, especially on this long run here. I really like the cockpit view of Derek Schimmel. I'm gonna have to talk to him. He looks like he's driving a FedEx van or something. He's got the wheel a little too low. I don't know what he's doing there.
He's got one of those air seats, and he's got it set all the way up. You can't even hardly see it.
What's comfortable for you may not be comfortable for me, right? So do it how it works for you, and it's working for Derek.
That's another thing that's interesting is seeing how these drivers are on their wheel and how close they are, the different seating positions. Me personally, I've been told that I'm right on my wheel, like I hold it so close, so tight, while other drivers are kind of like, let me go ahead and switch to him right here, where you see Matt Forns, he's kind of, kind of more relaxed, kind of not so close to it.
He's driving like Snoop Dogg. McComas is in the pits now. I don't know.
Yeah, we just saw Corey Wakefield go into the pits too. It looks like he's getting a lot of damage fixed. He's down a ton of laps.
But that's the thing, man. Nothing is. There's no right way to do this. It's
Exactly.
your way. Whatever's comfortable for you. You can make fun of Derek or whoever, Matt, for once for driving the Snoop Dogg way. Either way, it works, right? So.
Yeah, when I
you.
raced in a racing rig, that steering wheel was almost right in front of my chest, and I'm hanging on it on both sides, and that worked best for me. I slid my seat up where that wheel was almost right directly in my chest.
We just got contact between the 25 and 42. They are beating and banging. 25 has taken the lead,
folks. And he did take it.
Yeah,
Eric
so
Fiorello to the lead.
let's go ahead and look.
A little early. I like it.
Let's see the replay on that, buddy.
Let's go ahead and rewind that real quick because it seemed like he
locked him up.
Go ahead and go to our chopper cam, see how it looked from above.
Chopper cam never lies, man. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, it seemed like he just locked it up, and then the 42, I mean, he had nowhere to go besides down that gravel.
Well, I didn't hear any talking on the radio, so Angel will remember that one, won't he?
There may be some talk in the Discord after this.
That's just hard driving, though. I mean, they're battling.
Eric was trying to salvage a bad situation there. He kind of had looks like he missed his line entering, locked him up, got a piece of the 42. It didn't look malicious in any way, like he was trying to take the 42 out. But 42 was, I guarantee you, when Angel came back up on the track and put a little fender in the right rear of Eric, it was that was intended, I'm sure. The boys.
Now
show his
Appreciation.
yeah.
I have been noticing though that the 25 entering that corkscrew has been getting a little loose, and a couple of times I've seen him, that back end just gets out from under him every single time. So it, maybe the brake bias isn't set correctly, because I know for me personally, I typically run as 57% brake bias at oval, but at road courses, it's a different story, because if you don't have it right, either you're not going to stop in time, or you're just going to lose the back end based on your brake bias.
So that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up, because Midwest Days of Thunder, this is a fixed setup league, okay? Guys enter in. It's a progressive league. You either start at ARCA or you start at trucks. And here we got a little bit of a challenge on the outside from Angel, but that's going to turn into the inside lane here, and he has the advantage, and Eric's going to go ahead and lift and let him around. This is a fixed setup league. However, brake bias is one of those things that you can change as a driver, and it makes a lot of difference, especially here.
There's a question, because I don't actually know this. Can you change that in the cockpit, or can your crew chief change it, or can you change it during the race?
Yes.
You should be able to.
You can change it. Me personally, on my steering wheel, I have two buttons designated for that. You can increase it and decrease it in the car.
Yeah, I used to have a
cool
dial when I ran a Logitech wheel. I had a dial on there. That's what I used for my brake bias.
Yeah, I know they can do it in real cars. I didn't know if it was set up. I never got that advanced. Somebody opened up a cool in there. That sounded amazing.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize.
Wow, man, I'm jealous over here.
Yeah, I got water. You want to trade?
I got plenty of high lifes, man. Where you at?
I'm in North Carolina if you want to express ship those, man.
Now, what I do want to do is the next time we get around to that corkscrew, I'm going to go ahead and go into the 25's cockpit and see how he turns the wheel and see how much he struggles in that turn, see if he's losing it or what's going on. Because I really want to see if it's a constant thing or if it was just a one-time lockup.
You want to do a whole lap with him with some engine noise so we can hear his hear what's going on?
Yeah, let's go ahead and do it.
Yeah, let's hear that throttle. I want to hear that motor.
Kind of like a crank it up segment almost. Take second.
Oh,
It's going to take third. Eric Fiorella's now in fourth place.
look at that. Well, no, I don't think forever, but what happened? Why did they get so aggressive right there?
42, he didn't have a short memory of when he got drove into. He's too kind of gave it back.
Man.
That was fun to watch.
It really was.
Especially the smart
And we still, but look, we're going to stack back up and have a 7-lap shootout. I think, Francisco, would you say lap 43? I think we're going to have our next competition caution.
I believe it was lap 43 is the next competition caution.
Oh, heck yes. I'm about a shootout. I thought they were going green.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's going to be
There's
great.
going to be a stage here.
Well, that's what my concern was. Why are they battling out like that this early? There's still lots of time left here.
Now, for the viewers watching, we were trying to go side-by-side action, you know, give you an insight into the cockpit for a full lap. Well, that changed very quickly, as you could see.
25 makes his move on the 6.
There you go. Got one of them spots back.
He is that good, Eric Fiorello. He'll get his spots back. I think he'll be fine in the end. But now we know the 42 and the 25 have no hard feelings towards each other. They are not going to. Well, they probably have real hard feelings toward each other. Maybe they're gonna.
Well,
you should see a good battle at the last couple laps for sure.
Well, Adam, we've been at this for quite a while. I mean, one of the things that can really screw you, you can be your own worst enemy when you make a mistake and lose a couple positions. When you're trying to really, really drive aggressive and try to pass these guys that just went around you, it's an emotional thing. And some guys tend to overdrive the car. And Eric, he's one of those guys, every now and then, he can be his own worst enemy. Once he gets flustered, sometimes it comes back to haunt him, but he's definitely got the skill to do it. Let's see if he has the temperament to be conservative.
I think he gets caught up in the moment, you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's see if he can stay composed and get back up to that 42 of Angel Hernandez.
Well, here's the deal. He doesn't really need to, because we're going to have that competition caution. He needs to put in the back of his mind, hey, just run what I got. Hang tight, I'll be fine, you know. And these guys, they get like when you go to him and he's in that VR rig, you know, he's probably just amped up, and he sees the guy leaving him a little bit. He's going to put a little extra into that throttle. So this isn't probably the time to chill out. We still got a lot of time.
As you see him make the move.
Yeah, well, he's not listening to me for sure.
Now, it's important to realize that at oval tracks, you see how on the right side he has damage, and so does the 42. They got damage. When you're at a regular oval, that damage, it's basically a death sentence in regards to it, because it creates like this parachute. You're not as fast because of the aero damage. At a road course, though, aero, it's important, but not as important, so you could get away with having damage. What really matters is your RPMs and even that, and even then, you could get away with it just a little bit. So damage does play a factor, but not as big of a factor as if it were an oval. And this is especially important since they have 0 fast repairs and really can't do nothing about it.
Aero would be a little bit more important at a road course like, let's say, Watkins Glen, where you got a really long front straightaway and the back stretch. You can lose a lot of positions and stuff there if you've got some heavy aero damage. But, yeah, man, he's got to deal with what he's got right now.
Well, and I don't want to
race what he's got.
totally focus on them, but because they're having like a hell of a race. It's pretty. Just we should watch those guys all day. But even back here with Alan Cubans in 11th, Derek Schimmel, all the way to Barkley, Kolb, Mallory, Neidick, and Mike Simone, and Anthony Fry. These guys are running too, man. They're putting in the laps. They're putting in the work, and they're trying to get in that top 10. That's a definite thing they're trying to do.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with Alan Dixon. I guess he was a starting park, or I don't think he gridded his car tonight. But Corey Wakefield looks like he's probably done for the night. He's down 25 laps. Been sitting in the pits most of the race. Derek Schimmel off track just a little bit right there.
Now, the person I'm seeing as the biggest mover is that 6 of Anthony Fry. He's up 7 spots.
Yeah, he's got a lot of fight in him too. This guy he never quits either. So
He's another one of the Michigan boys, isn't he?
I believe so.
Right. I believe he is. If I'm wrong, I'm definitely going to hear about it.
Yeah, you will for sure. I'm having technical issues. I'll be right back, boys. Y'all take it.
Now, a person that's kind of fallen back from where he was is actually the number 5 of Taver Mowry. He was in the top 5. Right now, he's kind of sitting in the 7th spot. He does have damage on the right side. Might have maybe caused a wreck, as we see that somebody was in actually off the track.
That's Gary Sack, way off the track, following the wall there, trying to find his way back to the asphalt.
Gary Sack is up 2 spots from 18th to P16.
Having a rough night. It looks like he's a couple of laps down. But still out there, being a trooper. I mean, you know, you don't want to see people DNF unless they're in front of you, you know. Then
the 10 just got into the wall. He hit hard.
Oh, Matt Ford's barely rolling through the gravel there. And I thought it was smoke. That's just tire smoke, I think.
He's still fighting. He going.
He's got Matty G coming up behind him pretty quick. Let's see if Gusty can
make something happen on him. Yeah. Coming in those corkscrew. I don't think Matt's gonna think Matty G's running a more conservative race tonight.
Now, I was mentioning that Taver Mowry had some damage. If you look at his car, his front end is hurt. As we see him reeling in that 24. Ooh, I see a little battle happening up here in the front between the 27-35.
Oh, come on. That's Red Stick Mike Simone, who's currently sitting in 5th place. Trying to improve on that position. And here we go, the 25 right on the back bumper of the 42. Angel Hernandez once again. 3/10 separate these guys down the front stretch. But all that gets erased when these guys get down into this hairpin.
And why aren't they, I mean, just a dumb question by me. Why wouldn't like Eric or Angel realize that? Why are you fighting so hard? Why is Eric fighting so hard right here?
Why do race car drivers want to be in the front? I mean,
I'm just saying, you're going to rack them, you know, save some of your equipment maybe. And
I think if you're Eric and you get the short end of that stick like you got and you drive back up to that 42's bumper, I'd say that's a huge confidence boost in letting him know that, hey, man, I can throw it out here. There's going to be another restart. I can work my way back up here in a short amount of time. I think that's why he's just hanging it out here.
I think that's a great point. Confidence. He knows he can do it. And so in a 7-lap shootout, which we'll see at the end, is definitely he knows he can do it. So, yeah, man, I think that's a great point.
Pamela Jackie 91 joining us on Twitch saying, "Go Joe." Pulling for the 24 of Joe Nidick.
I mean, if you're that 25, I'd rather know I have something for that 42 rather than think I have something for him. But like the track and the cars, they change throughout the race as well. So
Now, me personally, coming from a competitive aspect of things, although there is another caution, my mindset would be if I'm faster and I'm catching up to him, and if I could pass him, I'll control the restart, have the preferred line, and potentially be able to already get around him without having to do all the work like he's doing right now. And
Get a point for a lap led.
point for a lap left also, and also create a gap. When you're in front, you don't worry about anything in front. When you're behind, you have to worry about the person in front, taking into consideration the braking point. You're more comfortable up front than if you were behind someone.
How about the 21 of Michael Pimpere giving him hell? Man, he says,
He's
I'm
making them
going
work.
to stay on the lead lap, fools. Y'all going to have to find a way around me. Good
There
on
he
you,
is.
Mike. Oh, he got
Man.
a little dirt there. He don't really have an option now. He kind of got to let him around as he lost a lot of
Ooh.
momentum there. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Well, if
Look
you're
at
gonna,
Pimpere out
Oh!
I mean,
here in
we're
the
gonna
corkscrew.
let one go. You might as well let the other one go. That's kind of, man. That's wild.
He said he ain't doing that. Homie, don't play that. It's what
25 is not going to be real happy with the 21. I can rest assured. Trust me on that one.
yeah, that's he's a blocker right now for that one spot he don't want to have to fight for later.
there.
Yeah,
Now he
let-
moves on.
They let him go. But something we didn't talk about too much during practice. The track was like 106 degrees. We're down to 87.
Track.
I think that's going to help some of the
Oh.
traction on this last session here.
Ever got a piece of the wall there, I think, as he spun around in the final turn.
Go ahead and go back and see
Adam.
what happened with him.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Adam, but I saw that, so ooh, that ain't good.
Yeah, he simply just lost it and had to reverse it from the wall. Still in 7th place, though. Not too bad. Definitely lost some positions, but it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, and like I said before, we've been talking about it. We're gonna re-rack him. If he can hold what he's got, he's still got a chance.
Richard G joining us on YouTube. Thanks so much, Richard, for joining us. He said, great job, guys. Hell of a job with the broadcast. Thank you for the compliment, sir. We always enjoy your attendance. I'm sure we'll get to talk to Richard later on.
Why wasn't he out here racing tonight? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. Maybe he's watching people and throwing cones in the highway or whatever.
Nah, he's scared to go right. He doesn't want to go right.
Oh,
One of
that's
these
why he's
guys that
scared.
I'll call it out. He's scared to go right. Should have been here.
Now, we see the 25 getting close to
Oh,
42 again.
here we go.
He's gonna send it in there.
He is not afraid to get in there and just send it.
Looked like he lost a little bit of grip as he throttle there on the front stretch.
Really hard to get the power down here, isn't it, guys? Especially when you're coming out of one of those turns that's really, really tight. You're in your lowest gear, and you're trying to put power down, and the torque just overcomes it, and the back end's going to walk out on you.
Especially with older tires. It's like when you're doing a restart on old tires. It's going to spin. It's going to spin. They're practically going from, I'd say, about 60, 70 miles per hour trying to gas it up. These tires, they can't handle it. So it's a matter of trying to manage it with as much as you can to try and continue with the most speed without losing it.
So here we sit, about 5 laps away from our last stage caution flag. And Eric and Angel way out front here. The next car back is the 35 of Ethan Flanagan, 16.6 seconds to their rear. But it's pretty tight behind him with Red Stick Mike Simone and Joe Knight.
Yeah, the regular human beings are back there racing. These two up front are just kind of, they're in a whole nother league right now.
Oh, you see the 27 kind of misjudged that corkscrew. Luckily kept it
Hey.
straight.
He was probably reaching for like a crawfish or something. Little red stick Mike Simone from Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Thanks so much to Jonathan Nance 8 for joining us on YouTube, saying let's go Angel. And Nicholas Joyner saying this is one really hard track to race. And hello everyone with a waving hand emoji. Thanks,
I
Nick.
love that.
Man, we sure appreciate y'all. All of y'all watching out there on all the social media. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch tonight. Maximum redundancy is what we call it.
Yeah, one goes down, go look for the other, because sometimes that actually does happen in the computer world. Yeah.
It happens.
What do you say we go side by side and go in a cockpit view with this 25 for a lap, since we didn't get to last time?
Hopefully jinx him, but let's do it. I mean, he's just driving the wheels off that thing at this point.
He's one of those guys that's got a H pattern shifter down by his side.
Alrighty, everybody, we are back. We went through a lap with the 25 of Eric, and as you see, he's fighting that car, battling it, battling the wheel, every turn. Gotta be careful with that gas.
Yeah, he's back and forth all over the place with that wheel, trying to keep it under control. But they only got a couple more laps, don't they, Adam?
Yeah, I think 2 more laps, and we're going to go to the next competition caution or stage racing, whatever you guys want to call it. But I've been impressed with watching it, like, behind the wheel. What a good vehicle it is.
Now, since we are here, what do you say we go through each person's cockpit, see how they're doing, how they're battling against one another?
Yeah, let's knock that out.
All right, first person we got here is the number 5 of Taver Meyer, and as a matter of fact, just perfect timing. He's coming to pit road. We forgot about that.
Really?
He's got a
Let's see
short
if he
pit.
does any better on his pit entry. We know he had some difficulty with it earlier.
So it'll be interesting to see if some people really try and push it. We know how close it is, or if they're gonna have to come and pit. As we jump over to Justin Barkley.
Oh, look at Barkley in that Napa Know-How number 9 machine. He's having a pretty good race, man, for knowing how Justin enjoys his racing. He's doing really well tonight.
He sent some good pictures and videos from the 500. He was at it the other day.
Oh yeah, the Daytona 500.
Yeah, had the whole family
big
in.
one. Oh, that's awesome, man. I loved it. That's the cool part about Midwest Days of Thunder. Everybody kind of shares what's going on if they're at a track somewhere. It's a pretty cool deal.
As we hop on over to the 89 of Gary Sack. Kind of struggled on this track, and I don't blame him. This is one tough track. If I was on this track, I'd probably spend more time on the wall than on the track. So I can't blame him.
Yeah, Gary's sitting back there in 16. That's a 20-car field, but
He's not in last. Let's put it that way.
that's right. He's still out there running.
There's some points. And tonight's race is sponsored by A&J's Custom Creations. Am I correct on that one?
Yes, sir. Go check them out on Facebook. A&J's Custom Creations. They do custom cakes, tumblers, T-shirts. They got gifts for every occasion and every holiday. So go check them out. A&J's. That's the and sign. A&J's Custom Creations. As we've got the end of the stage. as
Competition caution.
Well, it's the end of the stage. but
Whatever. I don't care. It's just you should believe stuff.
Saying Gary Sack looks like he's having a ball.
Gary Sachs. Gary Sachs having fun no matter what Gary Sachs doing. If he's playing Sea of Thieves or GTA with us or iRacing, Gary
This is
Sachs always having
iRace.
fun.
Don't put them in the same category. This is a simulation. It's not a video game. This is actually takes skill. You know. So cool to see Gary Slack having fun out there, man.
Now, with the caution out, we're going to have a chance to talk to these drivers right before they go into the shootout. So,
Oh yeah, good point.
once they, by the way, they were able to make it to the competition caution without having to stop for fuel,
Yes,
unlike
sir.
Taver Mowry, who had to come in. Now, do you think it could have been strategy to pit early before the caution, let everybody else come in,
Well-
and you gain that track position?
Well, we saw Taver Mowry do it. Now, did he do it just a short bit, or was he really running on fumes and running on gas? We don't really know.
Well, is it because he came up with the rules? I don't know. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I'm not calling the man out. I was just kidding. I thought it was funny. I think he was probably what you're saying. Just a little short pit action. Might as well get a little bit early.
Well, hell, do y'all want to talk to Gary Sachs since we've got a couple of fans on there?
Oh, Gary Sachs got some fans. Yeah, bring him on up, Brandon, if you got a chance.
Yeah, go see if he's ready.
Where is the? Looks like he's coming around.
He's smiling somewhere. Hey, Gary, you got a copy?
Gary with me.
Yep, I gotcha.
Hey man, kind of a rough track out there tonight, but you're doing your damnedest. You at least look like you're having a good time on the webcam, as some folks have interjected out there in YouTube land. But tell us what you've seen out there so far today.
I have seen it's a tough track. Once those tires get worn, it's really difficult keeping it straight when you're coming off the corner. And it seems like it's really hot on the track too, so that could be playing a factor. But so far it seems like it's pretty good racing. And I heard about what was going on there between Angel and Eric.
Oh, did you hear some radio chatter?
Yep.
Let's talk about your paint scheme. It looks pretty cool. What kind of thing is that? It looks like I'm a tailback paint.
No, it's actually a paint that Joe made me. I'm running. It's a Buddy's Pizza. It's one of the best pizza places in the country.
It's like a little chill, and I'd like to keep my limbs. Take your word for it. Buddy's Pizza, awesome, dude.
Yep.
Well, good luck out there the rest of the race there, Gary. It's always good talking to you.
Thank you.
Where am I moving Gary back to?
Gary, what team are you on?
GMJ.
Okay.
Alright, buddy, appreciate it.
Sorry, I'm a little scared of Detroit. Sorry, that's just me.
Now, I believe we have time for one more person. Now, I believe they do not have a camera. So, how about we bring in... How about Ethan Flanagan, who's sitting at third?
Ethan Flanagan is not on our approved list,
Alrighty then.
but
What about a lap car?
That sounds great, Brandon. Let's bring in whoever. Let's just bring in somebody that wants to have some fun with us. Yeah.
Alright. Let's see what we can pull in here.
I think Brandon knows. He'll figure somebody out for sure.
so just for you guys that are watching tonight, and for the drivers that are racing tonight, they're going to watch this again tomorrow. There is a drivers who want to be pulled up approval list, and make sure you get a hold of somebody, one of the admins, if you want to be added to that list, so we can pull you up. Go ahead.
I got, a fan favorite up here, Matty G. Lap down. Got us lap car.
Matt Gustin, what are you seeing out there tonight, man? We
Not
saw
much,
you
man.
You're being pretty conservative, but my God, man, do you got a chance? I mean, when they re-rack this thing?
No, I don't. I was supposed to get the lucky dog, but I had to pit right there before I could get it because I had like no fuel left.
We knew it.
Have me go.
We knew it was going to be really close with a couple cars, and we even saw guys like Taylor Maurer. I think he hit it one lap before the yellow came out just to make sure he had enough fuel.
Yeah.
How difficult is this track in a stock car?
Oh, it's very difficult. There's a lot of horsepower on these cars, so the cars just want to spin right around. But it's fun for the most part.
Yeah, that was what I was going to ask. Are you at least having fun? I mean, you got a bunch of fans out there, so.
I'm having fun.
All right. Cool deal. What is the key to the last 7 laps? You just going to try to keep it on the track, and you maybe can you gain a spot or two, you think?
I'm going to try to gain a spot, but my main goal is stay on track. You already know it.
Well, that's good to see one of our New York natives out there running tonight. And Matty G, thanks so much for joining us up here in the booth tonight.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Now, one important thing to realize. Oh, I just heard they're delaying the green. So, with that being said, it's important to realize we have 2 new front runners. We have Taylor Maurer, who is leading the race, and then we have the 20. I believe it's still the 42 of Angel that should be in second. If not, it's the 27 of Mike Simone. As they get to go around slowly one more time.
Yeah, I think they're having a conversation on the in-car chat with the drivers. There's some kind of issue with iRacing. I'm not quite sure what it is, but
We're definitely doing another lap under caution here as they try to figure it out.
yeah.
Mike Simone being scored second place. Not sure how that happened. He went from 5th to 2nd. Was that a pit exit thing? Did he?
I mean,
Back to look at this.
he must have had that Louisiana luck, you know. They had that voodoo, that Marine
Well-
Laveau with him.
His stop was 4 seconds longer than everybody else's. So I don't
Yeah, that
see how
sounds like
Mike
some
could-
kind of. It sounds like some kind of
He's got some
Cajun
voodoo.
magic.
Hey
Yeah.
man, he threw some chicken bones out there on the track and said, you know,
Uh-huh. Yeah,
something happened.
that's Louisiana. Yeah, you never know. And it's Mardi Gras season, so Jesus, no telling what's really happening with him.
Well, it might not be the voodoo, it might be the hoodoo, you know.
Either
We
one.
don't talk
Hey,
about
dudes.
it.
Those are great shoes. I like those, Brandon. You ever had a tried on a pair of Hey Dudes? That's like the ultimate dad fisherman shoe.
Hey,
So
that's
you just-
Matt Fornes. Isn't that Matt Fornes' favorite shoes? I think.
I
it's
think
Fornes'.
I think so.
Dude, we need to talk to Tyler Carpenter, man. He turned them into race shoes.
The Hey Dudes
Heck
in
yeah.
the Hey Let's Race Dudes shoes.
Yeah, I mean, he wore them to what was that big dirt race that he won the truck ride for Nice Motorsports.
Yeah, I do
was
like
wearing-
some Hey Dudes.
He was wearing Hey Dudes for his race instead of race shoes.
Yeah, there you heard it here first. Hey Dudes are racing shoes now. Not only fishing or dad shoes. You
No,
can wear them on a racetrack.
I believe we're getting ready to go back green. It'll be interesting to see how these guys push.
Here comes the pace car crashing into the wall of tires like he usually does. With the 5 and the 27 side by side with the 42 at Angel Hernandez and Eric Fiorello lined up behind them. Here we go. Pretty even restart between the 5 and the 27.
About to get
It's all about
nasty.
that first corner, though. Oh,
Ooh.
Tabor Mowry super loose, but holds on to it as everybody else jacks up. He's off the track.
Yep, he's
Yeah.
out in the sand.
Heartbreak for Tabor Mowry in the 5 machine as he blows that first corner. Angel Hernandez followed right behind by Eric Fiorello. Now you got a battle for third between Red Stick Mike Simone and the 35 of Ethan Flanagan. Nobody wanting to give up that third spot quite yet.
Well, right behind him, that 24, Joe Neidig, man. You know he's not going to quit either. He'll turn in. He's from Ohio. He don't care.
So 35 definitely with the advantage here in third. Here comes Joe Neidig. The 27 got a little bit loose. We are starting to see some dirt get up on the blacktop here.
Oh,
And the 27 goes around.
He's drifting it.
that
Through the corkscrew.
He's gonna get a penalty.
Yeah, he's gonna get one of those you need to give back 2 seconds type penalties. And the 24 is just trying to find his way around.
that was an amazing recovery.
That was a great save, wasn't it?
You're lucky that turn was there.
That was amazing.
That's that Louisiana voodoo.
He's just driving on them muddy roads sideways. I know what he's talking about. He's been playing on the turn roads. But Angel Hernandez out front with about a second lead over the 25 of Eric Fiorello. We've seen these guys battle hard all night, but it's about to come down to it. We don't have much time left here, folks.
No, we
This
didn't
thing's
have that.
ending in a little over a lap.
Yeah, we didn't have this huge shootout we thought we were going to have because the extension of the yellow flag. So
Tabor Mowry off the
This
track
is it.
again.
this is it right here. We got about a lap and a half to go, looks like.
It'll be interesting to see when the 25 decides to push it. And I feel like it's going to be this corkscrew right here.
He's pushing it now, isn't he?
Well, he's pushing it, but I'm talking about really pushing it. Because there's certain areas on this track that I've seen him really just send it in there.
Matt
And-
Thorne's off the track again.
It's that corkscrew portion that you really see him close the gap.
Well,
Let's
there's not
focus
much time.
on our leader here as we.
Not
pass
much
the
time
finish.
left.
Yep, we're coming around the corner here. That last turn. And here we go. These guys are going to take the white flag here. Last lap, Angel Hernandez with still about a second over Eric Fiorello in the 25. So Angel here, He just has to hit his marks. He just set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:29.22. That's the best of the race so far just now on these broke-in tires. These tires are in perfect shape right now.
Yeah, and Eric's just got to pressure him and just make him drive with his rear view mirror. And right now, it looks like Angel has got control of this thing.
That
Once
court
it's-
drift's still coming up though, so that's one thing to be wary of.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Eric seems
There it
a
comes.
little bit better on the back side of the track here. Man, that's a lot of ground to recover from. He might be settling for a second here as they come down the hill into the S's. Man, I didn't really know what to expect coming in tonight, but this really has been an exciting race as Angel Hernandez comes down the last couple of turns, passing up the pit entrance, coming into that final turn. Angel Hernandez in the 42 with about a 3-second lead on second place, takes the checkered flag. Angel Hernandez in the 42 wins here at Laguna Seca.
Yeah, Eric Road and Ethan Flanagan. Man, that's a pretty good race at the end.
They made it exciting for sure. Mike Simone holds on to fourth. Joe Neidick finishes with a top 5. Andrew Kolb in the 11. How about him? Had a great race today. Up 2 spots, finishing in 6th. Tony Fry, Taver Mowry, Justin Barkley, and Matt Forns round out your top 10.
And that was interesting.
Live. So it started out a lot of single file, but right here at the end, that's really when it really started heating up. Well, I'm not going to even say at the end. Probably, what do you guys think? Like the last half of the race is when it really started picking up their aggression.
When the 25 and the 42 started battling back and forth was when it picked up.
Very true.
Yeah, I mean, it was a 2-horse race the entire race. Let's not kid each other. Those guys were just killing it out there, and I think they got mutual respect for each other after this one.
Yeah.
Or one's gonna be pissed at them.
Well, I mean, let's hope so. I mean,
We can only hope.
let's just start the fight channel. You and I, we'll get it down there and mediate the fight Discord. Maybe we'll have like a battle somehow. But
Yeah, once every month, the people who want to fight fly to a same airport terminal and fight there.
there we go.
Not enough flights to go home.
It's a strength right here in Midwest Days of Thunder. Oh hell yeah! All right. Well, I hope those guys get up there because I want to talk to them about all that. Ethan Flanagan just had a super clean race too. Don't count him out in there in 3rd place.
So you guys, let's talk about next week. A little bit different fare next week as we go to Nashville Fairgrounds for 200 laps at Nashville Fairgrounds. So that's going to be at night. This is
Corn
like
dogs. We're gonna get corn dogs.
This is Saturday night local racetrack stuff happening.
Yeah.
Nashville Fairgrounds.
I think
200
Brandon and I will probably be down in the stands with the fans with the corn dogs and all the fighting and stuff. So
Yeah, boxing gloves and all.
yeah. So look, we got them all down here. The park adventures. Let's bring up our 3rd place dude, old Ethan Flanagan. Grab him, bring him up.
I got Ethan up in the booth with us.
Hey guys.
Hey, Ethan, talk about what you saw out there today. The aggression really didn't start kicking up until about the last half of the race. Talk about your strategy out there today, and did you have kind of a dial that you were messing with your aggression, or did you just send it the whole race?
Well, I mean, the goal was kind of just to survive, but you know, through the I watched the ARCA race, and that corkscrew was a kill zone, let me tell you. And but yeah, my strategy, it was simply to just get points in the stages and be around at the end. That's about it. I mean, this is a tough racetrack. It's pretty simple in design, but it's tough.
Well, it looks like you accomplished your goal, and you were up there pretty much in third place the entire time. I thought you were fairly conservative, just trying to hold what you had and let those two guys fight out front and get yourself some points. So and I think it was a smart move. Good job. It's a tough track. Turning right is not actually all our deal here. So I think you did a great job, man. Good, congrats.
Oh, thanks, man. It's my first top 10 of the season. I'm really proud of that. Well, I'll see y'all later. Thanks for putting up the broadcast.
We appreciate
man.
you. We appreciate you coming in and having a great race. And like you said, top 10, amazing finish, especially a tough track like this.
Yeah, I'm just surprised this is my first top 10. You know, I've had shots to win in, I don't know, another race. I think it was Gateway. And that didn't really pan out the way I thought it would. I mean, I kind of got wrecked in the middle of the race. But yeah, I mean, well, it's a start.
For sure. We hope to see you again soon. After a tough race like this, y'all got a short track coming up next, so pretty sure you're gonna go get prepared for that.
Yeah, but then again, guys, good broadcast. You know, y'all do a pretty good job. I've watched your Francisco, right?
Yes.
Yeah, your broadcasts are pretty good, man. I mean, Alan Brown's also pretty good, but you're just like him.
All right, we appreciate you coming up, Ethan.
Yeah, thanks. Y'all have a good night.
You too.
All right, let's bring up Eric next. Move him up to the broadcast booth.
Hey, Eric, it's Alan and Adam and Francisco and Brandon up in the booth. You got us, brother?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, man, you talk about intense up there with you in the 42. Walk us through what happened up there with you guys. We saw a lot of door banging here about the last half of the race. How did it look to you from your perspective?
Well, I don't know how it looked from you guys' perspective, but it was not intentional door banging for sure. Not short track door banging. More or less hard on the brakes and no grip on the front tires, and you just start sliding. But and I that's not how I want to pass. That's not how I want to race. And I know it probably didn't look that way, but I already told Angel. I said, "Man, I'm sorry for that much contact. I had 3 spots, two to 3 spots where I had an opening where I could was a little bit quicker into the corner on the brakes, but then as soon as we left the last corner, he just pulled away down the front stretch. So I had to just keep trying. If I thought if I could get in front of him, then I may be able to get away, but I couldn't ever make it stick. It's kind of frustrating.
Well, rest assured, it looked like that from up from like chopper cam, because when we saw your tires lock up, we saw the smoke. It's like, oh man, we saw the contact coming. That was not malicious in any way. There was no intent there. We know that, but I'm sure the 42 was probably frustrated, but you guys put on one hell of a show right there towards the end.
Yeah, I'm sure all the frustration went away when he took that checkered flag too.
I'm sure you're right.
It set in even more for me because I thought I was fast, and I kind of knew from practice that it'd probably be me and him, and then Ethan put down some good times and at the beginning, and I couldn't get anywhere near those guys in qualifying. Either couldn't get a clean lap in, or just there's just no grip. That was so much tougher than the last 2 road courses that we've run. I mean, it's unexplainable. I don't know if it's the California sand blowing around the track. The track temp was in the 90s or 80s when we finished, but for whatever reason, there's hardly any grip, and it was tough. A little frustrating. I would have liked to have won, but second place is great too.
You know, it was actually 106 when y'all started, and I think it cooled down. But interesting thing, we got to watch you actually race in VR. Do you think that helps you? And I know you like these tracks where you turn right. I don't even know what you call them anymore. I like the left turn personally, but does the VR help you, or do you? I don't know. How do you explain racing in VR compared to with this flat screen?
Well, flat screen is completely two-dimensional, and the field of view that you have is all that will fit on the monitor and the way you adjust it from how close the monitor is to your wheel. Or if guys are running triple screens, they can have kind of a bat wing effect where they can get a little bit of side view. Um, in VR, it's almost like it's tricking your mind to where what you see is reality, which hence the name virtual reality. But I mean, I can see the virtual hands on the wheel moving when I feel my real hands move. So you get lost and you feel like you're sitting in the cockpit of the car. The shifter doesn't move when I move my shifter, and the brake and gas don't move. But as far as the hands and the wheel, I run with those on, and it gives you a sense of actually being in the car. If I turn my head to the left, I'm looking out the windscreen. I can look down in the passenger floorboard and up in the mirrors and all that stuff. It's a very immersive sensation, I guess, so to speak. The downside is that the quality is not quite as good as on a monitor, but to me the immersion is so much better, and you get a little better sense of the front left fender of the car and the front right fender of the car, and where you're at in relation to other cars and the curbs and the sides of the track and stuff like that. So
It seemed to work out for you. You got any shout outs or anything like that? Second
you know,
place is no. That's no slouch here at a track like that.
No, Taver and all the admins put on a great race every Friday and Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays too. And we got practices, Dirt League on Sunday. The Midwest Days of Thunder League is awesome. Anything you might want to race, we've got quite a few guys that are dabbling into the endurance racing when those events come up. Had two or three teams in the 12-hour at Bathurst a couple weeks ago, but it's awesome, fun racing, fixed setup racing. A lot of it broadcasted by you guys. It's an awesome time, and a lot of fun camaraderie. There's a team aspect, angry idiots. Um, just a lot of fun. We're missing the leader tonight. He had prior engagements, but me and Alan Coons putting it down and having a lot of fun out here.
Awesome, man. Congratulations, dude.
Thanks a lot.
I guess we'll bring up the winner here with Angel. Man.
All right, Angel, you got me?
Yep.
Man, walk me through that last lap of this race.
I mean, last lap it was pretty much just cruising to the finish. Obviously, we had that last about 3 lap restart. Obviously that was a bit of a weird one. Obviously, cars in front, cars behind. Just trying to get to the front as quick as possible, turn away, and obviously with the pace I had at the end there, I did.
Well, Angel, we saw a lot of car contact between you and the 25 of Eric Fiorello, and we just interviewed him, and he made sure to let us know. It's like, hey man, I wasn't trying to door bang the guy or anything. There was no intent there to try to take you out or anything like that. But we could kind of tell by your driving that you were a little bit. There was a little bit of displeasure there. Coming out of those couple of turns where a little more contact ensued. It got a little aggressive there last half of the race.
It's a lot of just heat of the moment. Obviously, looking back at it now, it's obviously clear he made the mistake. Which obviously going to the corkscrew, and even then, I mean, there's not very many passing opportunities. So, I mean, you got to go for it when you have a chance. So I get it, and obviously it was a mistake. So.
Well, next week is a little bit different deal. We're going from a 2.25 mile road course down to a little bitty track at Nashville Fairgrounds for 200 laps. Have you raced at Nashville Fairgrounds before? If you haven't, are you going to do a little bit of practice with a couple of the guys, or What do you think about next week?
I've raced a couple times there. Yeah, Nashville Fairgrounds. Pretty good track, but obviously a little bit bumpy. What is it? Especially coming out of two, a lot of bumps down there on the inside line. So just very tricky track. But I'm just gonna be doing practice for that.
Well, man, hey, you got to win. We've seen you up here many times, so congratulations. Do you have any shout outs or anything you want to say to anybody before we let you go?
Thinking about it. Not sure. But thank you guys.
Yep, have a good one, bud.
You too.
All right, guys.
That was it, huh? We wrapped
One in the books.
Yeah, wrap it up and put a bow on it.
something like that. Yeah, I thought it was fun, man. It was really the two guys out front, man, just killed it tonight, and it was fun to watch. I don't know what y'all thought.
Oh, it was a blast.
Yeah, they did. So let's go down our finishing order. The number 42, the man of many words, Angel Hernandez, finishing first after starting on the pole. Good to see him out there racing tonight, doing what he does best, and that's dominate these road courses. Eric Fiorello, right on his rear end all night, finishing in second after starting in third. And Ethan Flanagan, giving everybody a run for their money, finishing in third place. Red State Mike Simone makes a pretty good comeback after going down quite a few positions, fighting his way back up for a fourth. Joe Neidick in the 24, finishing in fifth. The number 11 car of Andrew Coe, finishing in sixth place. The number 6 car of Anthony Fry, finishing in seventh place. The boss man, Tabor Mowry, we saw him up front. That, what was it? No, it was the last restart when he had all those problems and ran off the track. And I think that was a cold tire situation. Somebody needs to tell Tabor Mowry about cold tires, that's a thing. You know, he might not know about it, but he finished here in 8th place. Justin Barkley in the 9, finishing in 9th after starting in 9th. 99999.
Mr. Consistency.
I'm telling you, man. And Matt Fornes in the 10, finishing in 10th.
All right, Super Serial Racing's number 96, Derek Schimmel. Good to see him out there. 11th. 60, Angry Idiot, Alan Kewins, 12th place. The number 21, Michael Pimpere, Mr. Maine, 13th. 29, Matty G, Matthew Gusty. Good to talk to him in 14th. I think he gained a spot since we talked to him, so good on him. 73, Justin Malarkey, 15th. 89, Gary Sack. We got to talk to him. I don't think we helped him out at all. He's 16th. 70 is Stephen McComas in 17th place. Corey Wakefield in the 16 car, 18th. And it looks like Alan Dixon and Aaron C. Lee did not grid. So there you have it, man. That's the lineup. I'd like to thank A&J's Custom Creations for sponsoring this race. Great job, y'all.
It was awesome being a part of this broadcast for this race. We saw some amazing racing, amazing battles, you know, some aggression getting taken out on the track. Overall, it was just fun being here. All the viewers, thank you all for coming out and watching. We appreciate coming out and showing support. Midwest Days of Thunder, you know, putting on these events, just providing a amazing atmosphere to be a part of. And I appreciate all my broadcasting partners here making it possible, working with me, making it possible as to make it run smoothly. So shout out to you all, and shout out to the league. But yeah, I believe that's gonna conclude our race broadcast for the evening. What do y'all think?
We also want to thank Jonathan Nance 8 on YouTube. You are the fan of the race. Thank you so much for all your comments on YouTube. And every week we're going to announce a fan of the race. And Jonathan Nance 8 on YouTube, you are the fan of the race. And yeah, man, I'm with you. We saw a lot of excitement out there today on the track. We didn't really know what to expect stepping into a road course like this that was meant for open wheel cars and sports cars, but these guys put on a pretty good show.
Yeah. I had a great time, man. Francisco, Alan, and Brandon. What a way to finish this thing off, man. Congrats to the winner. And wow. See ya.